Hi, I'm Kathleen Russell. I'm in Larry Wall's painting studio right now, and I'm going to share a few of his personal secrets to painting. So we're going to talk about brushes, we're going to talk about palettes, and we're going to talk about canvases and what different kinds of paints to use. So just to get this out of my hands, these are what he uses for palettes. They're just simple paper plates that have been coated, and what's nice about them is they're disposable. You don't have to keep cleaning your palette board all the time. Canvases, you can either make your own. You gotta get these little wood suckers here, put them together and stretch canvas. It's a lot of work. Let's go with the prefab. They're already stretched. This particular one here is a 24 by 24 frame. And it's got the gallery wrap on it. And having the gallery wrap allows you to paint along the sides as well as the front surface, and it looks like a finished product when you're done. It doesn't even have to be framed to go up on the wall. It's just ready to go. Okay, you've also got these boards, canvas boards. It doesn't have the same spring, and I think it's really kind of nice for, especially for a beginner. You've got a good sturdy surface to work with. So let's talk about brushes. You want to have a good selection of different brushes and brush sizes, and you have the some of them are really expensive. You've got your like this is one that's made out of, I think, camel hair. And in some cases, you're going to want something very, very fine. I'll hold this up next to this painting, see how fine this. It's exactly like one hair on it.
Yeah.
But you need that just if you're doing a tiny, tiny outline. And then we've got the knives. These are used for what's called impasto. Some people will do, put paint on the palette here and just spread it. And sometimes you'll do it, like the side. Sometimes you'll collect like a little bit of different colors along the thing here, and it makes a very nice color combination.
Yeah.
Okay, another one of Larry's secrets is tracing. And this is nothing new in the painting industry. It's gone on for hundreds of years, actually.
It's even in this book called Secret Knowledge.
Yeah. So what Larry likes to use is something called artist graphite paper. He will start out with maybe a photograph like this. Then he can blow that up. So what he'll do is he'll actually lay the graphite paper onto this canvas. Then he'll lay this here, and with a pencil, just trace the basic outline. When Larry doesn't have anything to paint, he gets depressed.
The thing is you can paint for years if you need to on a painting. But seriously, remember this. Your painting will probably be finished before you are. This is Larry Wall. Anyway, I want to let you know that you can coat your canvases first with gesso, and it comes in many colors now. Black's the favorite. The reason why is because it gives your underlying colors a real richness and depth and everything. It really adds to, when you paint over that, it's great. Also, if you want to, you can use liquid white like our friend Bob Ross on TV. You'll be amazed how easy your paint will blend. Like in the Surfer Girl, that's the Bob Ross method with the big brush, and you can see it just makes it real easy to make a blend of colors. And remember, when you're painting, never put oil or acrylic on top of oil. You can do oil on acrylic, but that's fine, but don't go the other way around. Acrylic on oil doesn't work. You don't want to do that. And remember, when you're painting, remember the fat over lean rule, and that means that just paint thin layers first and then get thicker and thicker, so that the underlying layers, if they don't get completely dry, your painting could crack. I tell you, I've been painting for a long time, and I've never bothered to ask anybody or find out a basic thing. Titanium white zinc white. What is the difference between these two paints? Well, I found out not long ago that the titanium covers a lot more, where the zinc is more for if you're going to put it in with color to blend a color. The titanium covers more. I didn't know that. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't know, but one of the things you can do instead of mixing right on your palette board is mix the paint right on your canvas. Put a little bit of red, put a little bit of blue, whatever, and mix up there, and you can blend, and it's a lot easier than mixing on the palette sometimes. You know, one of the tricks is to load color on one half of each of the brush head, and like for painting tree trunks, you can go woo like that with a little dark brown and white on one side or something like that. It really helps. Just don't use paint straight out of the tube. Straight out of the tube is no good. I mean, if you're going to make black, for instance, add red, blue, aluminum crimson is always a good one, and it just will give your colors a much deeper, more interesting look. In the end, your masterpiece won't depend on whether you've used a toothbrush or brushes made of sable, squirrel, hog, bristle, camel, ox, pony, or goat. You know, it just isn't going to matter. You can use maybe a dab of the finger is all that is needed to make something happen. You know, don't be afraid to use a sponge or any clever device at all to paint. A cat may walk over your canvas and you might have a winner. You know, I like using the painting knives. They're a lot of fun to use. But I want to tell you about strokes. When you're doing your brush strokes, it's amazing how different it is, the reflection, if you do horizontal or vertical strokes, how the light reflects on that. And so sometimes, you know, you just be aware of what's happening there, because you can change things a lot. And it's amazing what you can create with just a brush stroke. You can really create the illusion of something with just a little stroke, or possibly a little stroke with impasto with the painting knife. Remember, when you're doing a painting, you do this farthest away background first, and then you paint your way forward. You're always painting your way forward, so remember that. Say, I want to ask you, have you ever watched The Apprentice? If you've never noticed, in Donald Trump's boardroom, there's paintings in there, and they're done with this roller. There's a girl, I believe in Seattle here, who uses a roller like this, or possibly some of these things, and she just rolls these things over and over again until she gets what she likes. She does real big ones, and that's kind of a nice method. I have done these crazy backgrounds by pouring paint. What I do is I take these Dixie cups, these small ones, a whole bunch of them, maybe 12, and I'll put 1/3 paint, 1/3 liquid, and 1/3 paint thinner, and I'll mix that up real thin, and I'll pour little bits on a flat canvas that I primed in black already, and then you put it on a table outside, and you just kind of go like this, and it starts running, and it's amazing what happens. I mean, look at this one over here. This guitar one that I showed earlier, maybe see how that worked out? And then look at this one. So the background was done that way, and it's a nice effect. So you might try that. It takes about a week to dry, and if you put liquid in there, like I told you, you lay it flat like that after you're done, and when it dries, it'll level out usually pretty good. So have fun with that. Hi, just a real quick mention about easels. This is the one that I use. It costs 19 bucks. It folds up real easy, and I have a very limited space to paint in, so it works out really good for me. You can buy all sorts of different ones. I don't use this one at all. I mean, I use it a couple times, and if you need to make one, like a big one, they're real easy to do. You know, just drill a hole there, and you're done. Just talk briefly about cleaning up. I have my own special way. I usually use two cans, coffee cans, and I'll pour a little bit of clean paint thinner in here and here, and then I'll clean the brush in this one, and I'll clean all my brushes the first time here, and then I'll go like this on the table. Then we'll go in here and then clean this up. So this becomes very contaminated, and I pour it into this one here. Then this one is not so I not so much, and I put it in here. What happens in time is this will settle, and you'll have clear stuff on top. So you can just pour this out, and it'll be clean, you know, clean enough. And then eventually you can get a little off of this, but eventually all your solids be in here, and you'll have this dummied up stuff here you can go back work with, keep your clean here. In the house, I just use this small thing here with a spring in it. It's a real handy little jar. You can buy these, and that works really well with a little spring in there. It helps clean up, and you can you know, get away with that, not using all this for a while. Then when it comes time to use big brushes, I made my own thing like on TV with Bob Ross, and I put a stick through a garbage can, and after you've cleaned it off in the coffee cans, you can come over here, see, and not get paint everywhere. This really knocks the paint off. So just don't forget to do this. That's the favorite part. Plus, when you're done doing all this, you have to go and use warm soapy water and clean all your brushes again. That is imperative. You've got to do that. It'll keep them nice and soft. And when you're finally done with that, don't forget to do that a little bit more. So what sells? That's the million-dollar question. If we both knew, we could retire. But anyway, I'm sure color has something to do with it. You know, you could paint the most crude, primitive painting in the world and have it be the right colors, and people will buy it. And you could do the technically, you know, the best blending and everything you can think of, and it's not going to sell. I think the subject matter does count. I mean, what's going to sell better? A painting of a banana split, or this terrific landscape? You know, we really don't know. And I just want to tell you, it seems to me that originals are kind of getting rare in galleries. And what they do now is, and I think it'll be more valuable as time goes on, but here's an original I've done. And I had a 16, well actually this is 14 by 18, and I had it blown up and on canvas, and it's wrapped around, gallery wrapped, and it's like 30 by 24, it's pretty big. This is what they're doing now, and it just shows you the difference in size, what you can get away with. All you do is just take a photograph of your painting and put it in Photoshop, blow it up, and send it in, and there you go, you got her done. So thanks and good luck. And be on the lookout for happy accidents. I know some of my best work is one big one.